Hi guys, Richard Blaine here. Thanks for stopping by Easy Cooking tonight. Tonight, guess what? I'm not going to make another pasta dish. I know I've been doing a lot of that lately, but that's okay. They're tasty and everybody loves pasta. Tonight, I'm going to make a dish for someone called the White Witch. And she has a channel here on YouTube called White Witch Wears. And she's probably one of my first 5 subscribers. She's a college student someplace here in the United States, and she's always giving me little jabs about, when are you going to make me something for dinner? Considering she's a college kid, I know what she's eating. I've been a college kid a couple of times myself. Top ramen, cookies, Funyuns, Cheetos, Pepsi Cola, beer, lots of caffeine. So she's always like, when are you going to cook me a meal? A real meal? And so I finally sent her a message and said, Witch, what would you like me to cook you for dinner? And she said, I like salmon. My mom was always making me salmon. So I decided I'm going to make a really nice salmon dish tonight. Really simple, really easy. It's going to be a pan-seared fillet of salmon that's been skinned. Okay? And I'm going to make it with a mustard Dijon dill sauce with pan-seared pearl onions and grape tomatoes and a side of rice pilaf. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be really delicious. I know she'll like it. Let's get ready, White Witch. I'm going to make this for you. And with usual YouTube, 15 minutes. Let's get going. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, guys. First things first. How do we make the Dijon mustard dill sauce? And it's going to be really easy. Okay? First off, we're going to put some really finely chopped onions into some sour cream. Not too much. Okay. Now, if you have fresh dill, you can use fresh dill. My market didn't have fresh dill, but trust you me, dried dill works just fine. And the thing about dill is the more dill, the better. Okay. So we added the onions, we added the dill, and now we're going to whisk it in. This is a very simple sauce. Okay. Gets nice and creamy. Here we go. Whisk it in. And then we add some Dijon mustard. Okay. Nice, creamy French Dijon mustard. Okay. You can use coarse, but I'm using smooth. And we whisk that in as well. That's basically it. All right, there it is. Mustard Dijon dill sauce. This is going to sit and go to room temperature, and we're going to make a rice pilaf. Now it's time to make the rice pilaf. It's going to be very simple. Here we go. We're going to put some finely diced onions and some olive oil. We're going to sweat them down. I diced them up really fine, so they're going to sweat really quick. Now, I'm going to take some rice, and I'm going to coat it in the oil with the onion. Oh, the onion starts to get aromatic already. You want every grain of this rice covered in oil. And to this, and a little bit of salt. A little bit of fresh black peppercorn. Then to this, chicken stock. You could use water, but if you use water, you sacrifice a certain level of flavor. When making rice pilaf, I love using chicken stock. There we go. And I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to bring it to a simmer. And I'm going to let it sit about 15 minutes, and when that's done, I'm going to get going on the vegetable side. Alright, now for one of the side dishes, I have some butter and I have some oil here. Butter for the flavor, oil for the heat point. So what we're going to do is we're going to sear up some pearl onions. If you have fresh pearls, that's fine. If you don't, frozen pearl onions are good too. What we're going to do is we're going to brown these up. Okay, the pearl onions are nice and browned up, and we're going to add some grape tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes if you want, but grapes will work just fine. Alright, we're going to get those down into the oil and butter. And we're going to let them cook up. Now what will happen from the heat is that the cherry tomatoes, or the grape tomatoes in this case, will bust open. And that's okay. That's alright. That's okay. And we're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Alright. There we go. There we go. The onions are browning up lovely. And the tomatoes are softening up. Wonderful. 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 And then what we're going to do right here is we're going to put the lid on. We're going to turn the heat off. And we're going to put them on the back burner because we're going to do our salmon. Okay, so here's our salmon fillet. This is a piece of sockeye salmon from Canada. And it's just going to be a very simple seasoning. Just a little salt. And I'm using sea salt. You could use iodized salt if you want, but I figure the fish is from the ocean, from a stream. So use a little sea salt. And a little crushed black peppercorn. Okay. Turn it over. Beautiful red. Salt. Crushed black peppercorn. There we go. We're going to sear this in a pan and make dinner. Okay, here we go. A little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. Butter for flavor, oil for the heat point. There we go. This is going to cook rather quickly. There we go. This is going to cook rather quickly. And I don't want to make it well done. We're going to make it just a little bit rare in the center. There we go. You just have to watch for the cook line here. When it gets about halfway, we'll turn it over. And then it's going to be ready to cook on the other side. And then we're going to plate. Okay, it's cooked halfway through. And it's time to turn it over. All the way. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're going to let this cook for a minute or so. And then we're going to plate dinner. Okay. The salmon is nicely seared. And let's plate it up. All right. On this side, lovely pearl onions and seared grape tomatoes. Oh yeah. Lovely. Just lovely. Okay. And on this side, some of my rice peel off the onions, chicken stock, salt and pepper. Lovely. Lovely. All right. And then on top, mustard Dijon dill. There you go. And just get that all over. Beauty. All right, guys. There you have it. Salmon with a mustard Dijon dill sauce, pan-seared pearl onions and grape tomatoes, and rice pilaf, which I hope you love it because I did it for you. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Okay, guys, there you have it. Pan-seared salmon with a Dijon mustard dill sauce made for my subscriber, White Witch at White Witch Wares. I hope you enjoy it. I know if you try this recipe, you'll love it. You can find the recipe for it on my blog. I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to wish you a good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.